All right, hi guys. How are we doing today? This is Group
Hello.
11, and we're going to be talking about something very touchy, which is degrees and delusions. And our conversations today would basically be centered around, why your degree would not save you in the real world. I've got Gad here and I've got Gloria. Um, so we'll just jump right into it, right? Degree and delusions, right? What is the chat about degrees and skills? Yeah, you could go.
Well,
Go ahead.
yeah, to my side, what I think about these degrees, you see, we are in a professional world, and where everything requires to have a degree, requires to have a certificate to be approved that you're able to do what you say that you wanna do.
Hmm.
So, very many people are using their degrees to be successful. But also, what we're trying to talk about is this mindset of thinking like you have to rely on your degree and think like my degree is going to save my life. So a degree at one perspective, it's something that is very essential in this lifestyle we're living in. If you can spend almost of your young age or your youth age running for a degree, doing your best to get or to hold a good degree, I think that's something to really consider
Okay,
as
that's
a degree.
that's
Yeah,
actually that's actually very
that's
interesting.
actually true.
Yeah, I wanted to move
Yeah.
down
Like how
to Gloria as well. Yeah.
like how he just said, yeah, like when we look at how things are changing today,
Mm,
it's clear that skills are becoming more powerful than just a degree on a paper. For example, like here in Rwanda, we have someone who is called Nyirangarama, and he didn't even finish primary.
mm.
That's how crazy
Yeah.
it is to see how skills could be something very good, something that could get you somewhere more than just a degree on a paper. Like, even in today's words, employees now want to see what you can do, not just where you studied. They want a portfolio, a personal brand, and a proof that you're creative and can also solve problems. But for me, even though it's really needed, but when you see it, the world that we're in, your skills are getting like, even people on LinkedIn be posting what they did, what they're doing in their life. It's not only about just a paper that is going to describe your skills. That
You
is why I feel like
go ahead, finish.
you that is why I feel like when we came to here and called it diplomas and delusions,
Yeah.
like one, we're still in school, we have delusions. My paper is going to
Mm,
do this, I'm going to
mm.
bring this all here. But looking at it, you have to create something that will make you different, because most of the people got their degrees. But when you have a skill that makes you different, that's when people will say, oh, he has what to give out to the market world.
So there was
Yeah.
something you
Yeah.
said.
Well,
Sorry that I caught her short. There was something she said. She said these days that employers are basically looking for personal brands, like personal people who are branding themselves personally. And that like sort of like stuck out to me because for you to build a personal brand on your own, for you to appear as a professional in your own field, you would have gained some extra skills even beyond what your degree has given you, right? And that's what like employers are looking for. So I wanted to point that out, but go ahead, Gad.
so what I wanted to say, she gave an example of someone we know here in Rwanda called Sinajera. He's a very successful man, and I think he's not a degree holder.
Hmm.
But then I also wanna ask myself, I'll ask all of you guys, don't you think some people were successful just because of their generation, their time of growing, their time of struggling to develop themselves, which is quite different from the generation that we are in? Because by that time, maybe let's say, for example, he sold 2 cows, then he got the the capital. He began maybe doing small businesses. And then by the end of the day, all till now, we see him successful. So, but now I want you to also consider or ask yourself, how about if he had a degree? So, because I feel like there are some limitations that he has, whereby maybe he's not able to communicate to international markets. Maybe he needs someone with a degree or with professional
Portfolio.
certificate.
Yeah.
Now, do you think in this generation or in this days, you can easily say that, okay, I will survive without my degree?
I would like to answer
That's
that.
something.
I'd like to answer
Yeah,
that. So I would say, yeah, um, as much as you're trying to get it, as much as your degree is not a safe space for you, or as much as not obtaining a degree doesn't guarantee you success, it sort of still
yeah,
secures you in today's world. I would say it wasn't as easy for the people who were there before us because take for example now we have a lot of tools in this our age to help us, achieve much more than they did. You understand? Technology has advanced so much, so
yeah,
they had their own fair share of struggle, right? To be able to get to
yeah,
where they are. So I wouldn't say it's easy. Their own time was easier than now. I would say we probably have it a lot easier, but there's a lot more competition at the same time.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Basically, I would like to add on something also.
Mm,
At the end of the day, we're not saying degree has no value,
mm,
but where I'm coming from is that it's not as big as it sounds as in our
true,
delusions,
true.
because at some point we know some careers where you don't even have to get that one. Like Shina, I would like to ask, how does it feel to be an artist? Like, as an artist,
Mm.
is it a big deal to have a degree, like a degree on a
Oh
paper?
my,
Like,
oh my
I
goodness.
know, I know these days, uh,
Yeah.
people like go to study about music and
Mm.
you are master it, but as an artist, is it that of a big deal, like, to have a degree or study about it?
It is.
Like, I know there are some careers that will get you
Mhm, mhm.
somewhere without even having it. As an artist, would you like to open our eyes on that?
It is extremely
Because
important. It is extremely important because getting a degree is not just about getting the paper and and just moving ahead. It basically shows that you can commit to something, right? Because even being an artist, there are a lot of things that you have to learn. It's not just about going to sing. You have to learn the business of music. And learning the business of music is basically you getting knowledge to get the skill. You understand, to handle things in so it goes being an artist goes beyond just singing. There is the part where you have to educate yourself. So I believe that life is a long journey of learning and unlearning, learning and unlearning. So learning never stops, So getting a degree is important. It shows basically that you can commit to stuff. And in today's world that is very competitive, it sort of gives you the edge because the knowledge that you can gain from probably an entrepreneurial course like we're doing can help you as an artist because there might be a time where you want to deviate from being in the spotlight as an artist to building other businesses, right? So that is where you now apply your entrepreneurial knowledge, right, to your artistry to be able to build brands or businesses. So to me, it's very important.
yeah. So,
Okay.
for a better brainstorming and understanding whether holding a degree might save your life these days. So I have something. It's like, could you try to ask yourself or to picture what are the advantages of holding a degree nowadays? Like, how can it affect
Oh,
you
Gloria,
positively? How degree?
okay, Gloria, go ahead.
for me, having a degree, it's no longer enough by itself, but it's really needed, because you have to combine with skills and creativity, and a mindset that says, let me show what I actually can do. And to be honest, a degree could show what you really can do, what it took you to get there, because a degree is a journey where you had to be studying, like sitting on a chair studying every day. That shows what you really can do. It's even a journey, like seeing someone who took master's degree, who has a degree. It shows that someone went to a journey, and that is an experience itself. And it shows that you're competitive, you're creative. Sitting on a chair studying itself shows an experience. Like, it's a whole experience studying. Like, I know people give up easily, especially here in Africa. I don't know, but I know most of the people who gave up on studying because they know they can't go through all that journey. But seeing someone who went through that journey only speak itself like what they can do. So our challenge is that we don't have to stop our degree, but learn practical. Like, I think what we really need in this world is that degree, and learn something practical. Even what you studied could bring to some new projects, but degree is really needed. Me saying this, I know it's not enough. A degree is not enough, but at the end of the day, I know it has its very, very, very good value.
All right. So I just felt like we just finished the Harvard business class right now, a master class of business. But our time is fast spent, and I mean it's we all know what the importance of a degree, and we all know the importance of a skill, right? And we know that a degree cannot just stand on its own these days in this very competitive world. So thank you guys for joining, and I can't wait to have these conversations again, even off the podcast. But yeah, it's really been a good one. Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you so
for
much.
having us.
Have a
Thank you
great
so
time.
much.